Let's go. Cast eye, commit kill. Other pleasantries. It's time to begin.
Give me a good show, Lego Master. I want to see some good bombing runs.
And because this is our final, I am more comfortable leaving this one to go a bit longer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm getting the feeling our teams might not need it. Granted, said that last time.
Mm-hmm. Rice and purple peeling off. Genuine oyster coming in to light up the show.
I need a spotlight on my soul. Where is he? There he is. Look at him go.
The absolute madman. I love it.
I'm gonna restrict these things after this tournament because they are free weapon decoys, but for now they're just fun.
Yeah. I mean, if they were being spammed on an actual ship, I'd be like, yeah, no.
The rave machine. Or who knows, maybe I'll just give him the same point cost as a decoy. Whoa!
No.
Admiral's having none of Genuine Oyster's shenanigans, firing off a few shots at him.
There he goes. Again.
Dracos, there we go, yep.
The duration deletion. Just gone. Goodbye.
A little bit of Palpatine energy for him.
Unlimited power.
You may no longer exist. Go away.
Mm-hmm.
Khan's taking a nice slow approach. They've seen what happens when Bryce and Mr. Purple team up on somebody, and they're not interested just yet.
I suspect this is going to be a 2v2 versus 2v2 situation, if I'm honest. Enderoth and Lego Master versus Bryce and Mr. Purple, and then the two tanks.
It looks like Khan is deciding to stay together for the moment.
Rise up on the outer edge of the arena. Wants to split their focus.
Yeah.
Missiles on Winfield, tickling the shields.
.303 fortifying in cap. Reaper coming in behind him for the same.
Bryce and Mr. Purple hanging in the wings, waiting for their opportunity to strike, but they're not foolish. They're not going to go in without the attention on their tanks.
Slowly sliding around behind him, though.
Oh, alright, has found out about Bryce's sneaking mission. He's turned.
Yep. All
The
attention
entire
now
team
on Bryce.
has turned to Bryce.
Was it a feint? They're pretending they didn't notice.
That's my guess here.
Yeah, Tate, Mr. Purple, not in a round spike. He's actually in something very similar to Bryce and proving to be an extremely effective pilot, a wingman, the wolf pack. Who would have known?
Yeah.
Flying a death spike, it's actually pretty difficult to do.
Yep. Now, Purple and Bryce have proved that they work together very well. It's a two-man wolf pack.
Bryce actually taking that fight against Enderoth.
Interesting.
Bryce has more than enough speed to negate the weapons of the other ships coming
Mr.
after
Purple
him, and
coming
he
in as
can
backup.
control the...
But Winfield is close. Winfield is close to this.
Mr. Purple coming in behind Enderoth. Enderoth might be getting a little baited here.
He has been drawn way out of position. His team is very far behind. It's a
You know,
twin
the
fast
usual
movers.
tactic.
Shields are starting to cook. But still winning the shield race for the moment, at least, against Brycecraft. Looks like Enderoth has decided to break off.
No longer wants any. Mr. Purple taking derecho fire.
Pulling back to
Drawing
his
him
team.
back
This
into his
has-
team.
This has enabled UOD's tanks to get their fortification and shields up. Bought them time.
Imagine that as an
Mr.
upset.
Purple can squeak out of this.
Imagine if Khan lost on zone cap.
Look at this coordination from Khan, though.
Yeah.
Just absolutely sticking together.
Yep. Enderoth overextending again, although he's just noticed his mistake and he's turning and burning.
Oh, there you go. There's an effective Ares on Bryce. He was fully energy modulated, I believe.
Shields are off on both Bryce and Reaper Dragon.
Reaper Dragon now under the guns of Winfield.
Things very much hotting up in the center now.
Arrogance of Cortez has morphed slowly over time from looking like a alien battleship to a cargo freighter that has had enough.
Ship design that has, in one form or another, been with us since what? The first test tournament of the first series?
Pretty close.
Winfield and R8 ganging up on 303 here. Lego Master joining in as Brycecraft and Mr. Purple dueled out with Enderoth. 303's shields have been cooked away, and he's now starting to take heavy effective fire.
And a heavy effective Winfield crashes straight into his bow, full integrity. I see the log is just scrolling with grid
All the
removed.
way through him.
Huge ram, and here comes Lego Master to help out. Not quite a ram. Well, here's our first clipping incident that we've seen.
Yep. I saw this very same grid do this very same thing not too long ago.
That's not a small clip. He put the entire Cortez through him. Literally. Amazing, and it's still flying.
Still flying just fine. 303 is taking significant damage. Lost one of those Reaper torpedoes. And a good chunk of his grid.
Cortez at 87% integrity.
Some Casper rounds for you. I'd probably recommend firing AP at this point. 303 is not going anywhere fast.
Oh, well, that's been going on. Bryce is getting cooked. He's at 54% and falling fast.
So
Who do we have to blame for it?
The Cortez built to take those kind of rams. The whole front of it is just solid armor.
Bryce may be good, but he's no Enderoth.
Speaking of Enderoth,
still hunting down Bryce. Having successfully dueled it out with both Bryce and Purple for a while before Purple was forced to break off and support 303.
wonder if that's a misplay by UOD. Leaving Enderoth alive is the worst mistake you can make on this field.
I heartily agree.
Condition of Bryce confirms this.
Because the fast movers are really the ultimate arbiters of these matches, is what I've noticed. You can have the heaviest gridded you want, but if you can't be everywhere at the same time, well, things tend to go south. Speaking of going south, Bryce looks to be stunned for a second. Maybe he was knocked out of a cockpit. Lost the entire front end. Losing more power, more thrust. Does he have anything left? His reactors are offline. Can be repaired still. He hasn't gone red, not yet. It's not going to take much more, and that's it. Bryce is red. He's gone. Power kill.
That may be the determinant factor of this match.
I can almost guarantee it.
Enderoth moves off for his next target, which, if I were to guess, say Mr. Purple should probably watch out. Although he is putting fire on Reaper Dragon at the moment.
Winfield appears to have lost a significant portion of his nose, that armored front crumpling under heavy effective fire.
Still
Lots
has
of
the
M1s
area.
digging in there. Here comes 303 with a counter ram. Winfield baits it. Goodbye. Off to greener pastures. Which look an awful lot like Reaper Dragger gaming here.
Yep.
The Arrogance Cortez battered, but still very much in the game.
Half the bridge looks to be blown off. That's fine.
Reaper Dragon is also still in the game. He still has 14 weapons.
Oh, got a development. Mr. Purple is on Enderoth. Enderoth's shields are down.
However, R8 is backing up his teammate, and R8's packing quite a lot of firepower on the Golden Falcon.
This isn't a match Enderoth wants to play. He's running away. Oh, there goes a battleship cannon. Goodbye. Just watch that thing float off. Mega Master attempting to shut down the tank. We are focusing the tank today. Enderoth running
Well,
rings.
say that, but they've already dealt with one of the fast movers.
Speaking of fast movers, or rather the opposite of, Winfield and Reaper Dragon Gaming over on the outskirts. Winfield's out of shields. Reaper also out of shields. They look pretty worse for wear, the both of them, but I believe Winfield is the healthier out of the two, perhaps? No, very much not the case at all. That's 80% on Reaper versus 57 on Winfield. It is time to leave.
Enderoth has taken a kicking, but is still going.
Speaking of kicking, we are currently kicking Purple to the curb as we go for a ram from Enderoth right into Mr. Purple. That looked like an Ares hit. What was that?
Just lost his shields.
I think that was point blank PPC fire.
Yeah, that'll do.
Purple went from over 50% shields to nothing.
There's a lot of guns on Purple. But looks like he's having problems powering all of them. Those Cease are no joke when it comes to power consumption. They're extremely effective weapons, but you have to pay for them.
He's got some fairly extensive holes ripped into him.
And they're off still flying half a ship.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
That's still an effective half a ship as well.
Yeah, it's the only half
Oh,
he needs.
definitely.
Yeah, the more effective half.
It's only made him stronger.
Faster, if nothing else. Looks like 303 is very much bleeding here, much like Winfield is in the distance as Reaper goes toe-to-toe with him. If I were a betting man, and this is a one-on-one, Reaper would get the better of this match. There's just not a lot of Winfield left. His front half is about to come straight off, but Reaper is now taking a lot of battleship fire. From R8.
That's already, yeah. Oh, Lego Master too.
We haven't seen a lot of Lego Master this particular match.
Oh, M1 torpedo launch at a Reaper.
Whoa, very close to landing on Winfield. They're gonna peel around? Nope.
Are they?
Managed to dodge
You-
them. That would have spelled the end of him.
R8's
yeah.
just sat here in Fortify, almost completely unmolested, taking next to no damage.
You ought to know
On
better than anyone.
his
That's
arc.
extremely dangerous. There's some M1s for Enderoth. He baited them. Jumps out of the way with the afterburners. Does not want to get hit. He needs to get out from underneath their focus. And he's dodged them successfully. Here comes Bryce, apparently piloting what was left of Mr. Purple. They have swapped ships. This is the second time this has happened. It seems Bryce is using Mr. Purple as an extra life.
Not entirely sure what's going on with Reaper Dragon here. He's still got a ship. He can move, but he's not really going anywhere.
He has the main drive thrusters.
Look at his reactors.
He's kind of sitting there.
They're all damaged, and I believe those PPCs are doing good work in shutting the reactors off temporarily.
And he's running ion drive system too.
Yeah, that'll stop you short pretty fast. You're now taking Gladius fire from 3 directions. That's good.
Yep.
So yeah, 3 of 3 is holding up. He is contesting the zone. No weapons, just a
Winfield
brick of
has-
armor.
No shit.
Winfield has made it back into the zone, still running. Still has a Gladius and a battleship cannon operational.
He's actually now flying less than half a ship. That's fine. Oh, maybe not fine anymore, as he takes more torpedoes.
Ooh.
Those are tearing some fairly big chunks off of him.
That 500 must be down.
Nice ram there by Mr. Purple or Bryce or whoever's flying that craft on Enderoth.
An entire section of Enderoth's or Winfield's ship is being held on by 2 blocks. Right at the front there.
Oh, Winfield's going for something. I don't know if it's a ram. You might want to kick Reaper Dragon out of the zone forever. You've been invited to join the Forever Box. Enderoth is trying to jank himself around, doing his best.
Coming up on 3 minutes left.
I get the feeling we're gonna go undertime. Oh, what's going on here? 3 almost forced a ram in between Lego and R8. That would have been incredible. That's one way to damage fortified ships. Just throw their teammates into them. Of course.
No, and Winfield now takes Reaper out of the zone.
There we go.
Taking more extremely effective M1 torpedoes, but that's what he wants. All that fire to be into him and nobody else. Please focus me. Oh, he's boosting back into the zone. Evicting Reaper. It's just 3 of 3 left. That giant brick of heavy armor that Khan's eventually going to need to deal with, but there's nothing effective on him left. Aside perhaps from ramming friendlies together.
2 minutes.
It always surprises me just how maneuverable the arrogance of Cortez actually is.
Oh, not maneuverable anymore.
Well, it's not anymore. It's had its
Uh-oh.
thoughts taken out.
Oh, I thought he was going to ram into that blocker plate. That would have been curtains, but it seems his last remaining thruster has been disabled by an M1. It's not been destroyed outright. This R8 in the Millennium knockoff here is just burning Reaper. All that focus fire in one spot. Just going to start drilling holes. 3 of 3 going for a spin.
Yeah.
Tier 3 literally shoving R8.
R8 is the only member of Khan currently in the capture zone. Where is everybody else? The world wonders.
Less than a minute to overtime.
Enderoth is
R8
being
slides
ripped
out,
apart
they're gonna lose.
by Bryce.
Oh my god.
Wait. Wait, no. Can they pull this back by forcing R8 out in the next 30 seconds? That's all they need. Just a second in overtime with only them in the zone.
He's fortified.
Not forever.
He's still moving.
It's still just R8. Come on. Does R8 have a subgrid? Yes.
I don't think they have enough thrust to knock him out, or at least maybe not enough power rather than thrust.
Bryce doing his best to
And,
pull the curtains on Enderoth, and we are in overtime. We are overtime. Gravity is on. It's gonna make the heavy ship's job much, much harder. Oh, R8 is now out of fortification. He's been forced out of fortification by gravity.
There comes the ram.
Swing and a miss.
Whoop. Nope.
Just about. Bryce is continuing to burn down Enderoth. The Cease in Carnifex mode.
Oh, yeah, that's Enderoth cooked.
His ship has just been so durable this entire match, but this has got to be the end. At least for Enderoth. It's just 303 left in the zone.
I can only imagine the voice comms right now.
I bet they're quite interesting. Bryce managing to slip straight through a hole.
Winfield managed to repair his thrust.
Oh, it's dangerous. We now have all 4 members of Khan back in the zone. Where is Lego Master? There he is.
Enderoth has a single functional afterburner and 2 gladius, or 1 working gladius, and he's just punting himself around the center zone, keeping that gladius on target. Never give up.
Oh, here we go. Huge ram from Winfield with what's left. It's not a lot. He's using his afterburner to twist the knife. His shields come back up online. Inopportune time.
Integrity. Integrity.
Where is Bryce? 303 is about to be forced out of the zone. There's Bryce. Feel going for a ram. Straight through a wing segment.
Yep.
Oh, he's hooked on now.
Brutal.
He's hooked on.
That's it, but Bryce is back in the zone.
Back in the zone, but his shields are low.
Ah, that is why Bryce is not moving very quickly. He has no ass. Rather, it's empty. Running purely on hydrogen now. He's the last member of his team in the zone.
Whoa.
He does have plenty of side.
He's sliding out. He's
Sliding out. That's it. Game.
That's it.
He's out.
Khan takes it.
Khan are your victors for the first time in how long? Back on top, baby.
And, yep, back to old form. I assume Con will be going up to Gold League as of next week.
Depends on who signs up, but it's overwhelmingly likely. Oh, and Roth just flies to pieces. He's still alive. Bryce slamming into the blocker plate.
We can stop inflicting the poor people in Iron League on.
GG. Incredible work, everybody. And that's a tournament. 4.5 hours with multiple decently long bio breaks. We started late as well. Oh, the front half of Bryce just broke off.